Today we're going to talk about a company you've probably never heard of, but it controls nearly every smartphone in the world. Its name is ARM. In the early 1980s, in the quiet city of Cambridge, UK, there was a small building with a modest sign, Acorn Computers. Inside, two young engineers worked in silence, Sophie Wilson and Steve Ferber. They didn't have a giant lab or a big budget. They sat among piles of circuit boards and notebooks trying to answer a simple but tough question: how can we build a computer processor that's faster, cheaper, and uses less power than Intel and Motorola? This is how they created the first chip called Acorn RISC machine, or simply RM1. Nobody outside Acorn knew that this tiny design would become the silent brain behind billions of devices. This is how they created the first chip called Acorn RISC machine, or simply ARM1. Nobody outside Acorn knew that this tiny design would become the silent brain behind billions of devices. Years later, a chance came from America. Apple wanted a lightweight, low-power processor for a new handheld device called the Newton. They found that Acorn's chip was perfect. So Apple, Acorn, and VLSI Technology formed a new company in 1990, ARM Limited. This new company had no factories, no production lines. What it had was a powerful idea: design a simple processor and license the design to others. Then came a brilliant salesman named Robin Saxby. He told the board, "We don't build chips, we build brains." His plan worked. Companies like Nokia, Samsung, Qualcomm, and Apple started using ARM designs in their phones. And while people admired the logos on their phones, ARM was quietly inside, powering them all. In 2007, the world changed forever. Steve Jobs held up the first iPhone, a device that felt like magic. Inside, an ARM-based chip. From then on, ARM became the hidden brain in over 99% of smartphones. As ARM grew, one man in Japan was watching: Masayoshi Son, head of SoftBank. In 2016, SoftBank bought ARM for $31 billion, betting on a future of smart devices and AI. ARM grew and became the hidden brain of smartphones everywhere. It knew that China, the world's biggest phone market, was simply too big to ignore. So to follow local rules and serve big customers like Huawei and Xiaomi, ARM set up a special branch inside China called ARM China. This local branch handled licensing deals, support, and customer relations, and soon it was bringing in almost 20% of ARM's total revenue. To run this important branch, ARM appointed a local CEO named Alan Wu to oversee everything. In 2018, a strange story began. The local manager, Alan Wu, started signing unauthorized side deals and using ARM's name to sell licenses for his own private projects. The ARM board and SoftBank decided to remove him immediately, but Alan Wu refused to step down. He seized control of the offices, kept the official company seals and records, and even expelled representatives from ARM's headquarters. The Chinese government did not intervene right away because ARM China was registered as a semi-independent local company. This chaos dragged on for more than 2 years. During that time, ARM tried to cut off updates and technical support to the branch and filed complaints with customers and regulators. SoftBank increased diplomatic pressure. Major Chinese tech firms were hurt by the chaos and added pressure as well. In the end, a quiet settlement was reached with the help of local authorities. Alan Wu stepped down, the board was restructured, and the shady deals were canceled. Right after this internal crisis was resolved, in 2020, NVIDIA offered $40 billion to buy ARM from SoftBank. But because of the China crisis and fears of monopoly, regulators in the US, UK, and Europe blocked it. Finally, in September 2023, ARM returned to the public stock market. The IPO was huge, showing investors know ARM is more than just a chip. It's the silent brain of the modern world. Today, in mid-2025, ARM is worth around $140 billion. It's expanding beyond smartphones, designing chips for laptops, AI, cars, and cloud data centers. From two engineers in a tiny Cambridge office, to a design that powers billions of devices all over the world. This is ARM, a company that builds nothing with its own hands, yet powers everything with its mind. If you enjoyed this story, like, share, and subscribe for more.